All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Echo Arena VRML. This is week 8, and we are looking for this match, the second match of Watchin Weebs. They made their debut yesterday, and for their opponents here, Fusion, their team, who has been picking up some steam as of late, led by some certainly great defense from Alacost and some mighty fine offense from Swift, and Fusion starting to pick up some wins. And looking forward to this match. We have 2 of them in a row for you here today. Following this is Phantoms versus Vibers. So I'm Palidore, and on the casting desk with me is SirDimwi, hot off a couple of wins last night. Just talking about that before the stream. How's it going, Dimwi?
Yeah, feeling pretty good, especially after getting some much-needed wins on the season. Especially picking up 2 in a row there, it does feel good. But those teams we played yesterday were those were well-fought games, especially both taking those round 2s. But anyways, that's last night. We are here today, right now, for Watchin Weebs versus Fusion. Watchin Weebs will be playing with Bad Elmo, Dave Stand, Cryptic, and Hamster Bill.
I made the same mistake yesterday. I called him Cryptic at first. I was like, oh, wait, no, Cryptic.
Typed it as Cryptic. Now, hold on. I'm going to go to the match page and see if... no, it's Cryptic. All right, yep. So, yeah, Cryptic. And, yeah, they're coming in. This is their second game as a team here. They did go an 0-2 loss versus Alpha Ducks yesterday in their debut. But, yeah, really excited to see these guys play. I didn't get to catch that game yesterday. So I'm really excited to see them play today as they ready up here. So Fusion is coming in. They're playing with Alacost, Galti, Swift, and Frogio. MMR of 11-10, a record of 3-13, 0-2 loss versus Vibers on Tuesday. So they're going to be looking to pick up a win here to try to push as we push into the end of the season here.
Yeah, the latter half of the season underway now, fully for sure, as going up for this immediate launch into the goal for Galti.
Yeah, it's just well executed there by Fusion. Galti got down there quick. Quicker than the defense could respond. He was able to put that one in for the 2. That was 6 seconds. It's for that first goal here in round 1.
Absolutely no time wasted on that one. So a good neutral joust to start this off in round 1 for Fusion. Quick hello to everyone over in the Twitch chat joining us today. Whether you're live or in the VOD, happy to have you here and supporting these teams, especially this newer one and Watchin Weebs. Someone in there saying a moment ago, they are the best team EU. Prove me wrong. You know what? Maybe they will. They got quite the name, if nothing else.
I do have quite the name there, but I do got to shout out to Alacost because he was. I don't remember. It might have been a couple games over the last few days, but he's been in the chat when Nova's been on stream and rooting us on, and so I know he'll be watching this back as Galti gets a 3 in from 8 meters out. But yeah, just shout out to Alacost when you watch this back. I root for you here, buddy.
Yeah, he's been popping up for a lot of those streams from you and the other Bear Leaguers. All right, I'm tired of that. Beer League, sue me. Anyway, but yeah, Watchin Weebs will go out here on the offensive joust and kind of mention, well, their team name, but even their player names. Gotta love it. Bad Elmo, Dave Stan, Cryptic, Hamsterbull, like hamster and gerbil. Basically all-time great names here on Watchin Weebs, as going for a great punches. Cryptic will walk it in himself, but a little too soft on maybe that pass. He was looking at his teammates, and it will be saved by your boy, Alacost.
Yeah, I like what he was. Oh, and then Frogio gets down there on that clear, puts it in from 15 meters out for the 3. Right on the edge of the goal there, but yeah, that pass, that setup in front of the goal, I like what they were going for. They knew what they needed to do, and they knew what they were wanting to do, get that cross pass in front of the goalie, try to redirect that one in. But yeah, unfortunately, it comes a little bit too late, a little too soft. The goalie has no problem getting a hold of it, and then that turns around for that goal there that we just witnessed.
Yeah, and Alacost, very, very consistent there defensively. It seems like, I'm pretty sure must have been 3, 4, as that one goes out. 3 or 4 matches in a row I've streamed where just in the first minute or 2, he gets a save in the goal. I know it was a rather soft shot/pass, but either way, just his consistency inside that bubble of his has been nothing short of impressive. Now going for a shot that, speaking of people who've just been kind of on fire. Now Swift does miss that one, but he has been just piling on the points over the last couple of weeks as well. Definitely contributing heavily to some of these wins that they've gotten.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if you have comms on, but Swift, after he missed that shot, let out a good little yell there as a reaction to it.
Oh, I forgot to. Usually I have those off just while we're doing the little intros pregame, but I'll put it on now. Always like to get the yells unless it becomes too much, and then you cringe and mute it. But hasn't been the case most of the time. Usually just provides some fun highlights, nothing else. Remember Galti in the Fusion match you casted with me last week? He broke you a little bit. With
he did, and he found me in a lobby just the other day and gave me a load for it. That was he definitely gave me a little ribbing for the ribbing I gave him during that game, and then Swift bringing that one in off the steep angle too there at 5 meters away.
Yeah, nice shot in there for Swift, just diving in and finding the goal. But yeah, Galti also mentioned something to me about it being his dog or something. I don't know. Either or. It was enough to break the casters for a little bit, especially you, so that's good enough by me. So Kripik, uncontested at the moment over in the tunnel, just launching out. But now actually the stack coming through, so Frogio gets the clear off of that one, and a quick boost will come along for a pair of players for Fusion. Momentarily an open goal, see if it remains that way, as that shot just a little off and taken back by Galti. So Galti anchoring down, just missing, but another rebound. Alakos trying to fling it backwards to his teammates, getting all stuck here. All the players contesting each other, and a good defensive stand by Dave Stand and his teammates to get a partial clear, but unfortunately back to Fusion.
I'm a little late to it. It looked like Fusion was maybe going to drive that one in as Watchin Weebs gets this one sent back down, and they're going to get another opportunity here. But the last time they were around the blue bubble, it was another good look. They had a man cutting in from the shield. The pass was right on the mark, but the goalie read it again. So shout out to, I don't know if it was the same player as the last read, but yeah, shout out to that goalie as they finally get that goal there. Great goal read from Elmo as he brings that one in for the 2.
That's a bad Elmo right there. Getting the assist from Dave, directly or not. And I think it was Frogio in the goal last time in that play, if I recall correctly. But yes, between Alakos and Frogio, I mean, both of them are very good defenders, no doubt. So bad Elmo almost retrieving it. It will be taken by Dave. He has an option for the shot and takes it, just missing. But good turnovers are causing here. See now, though, if it goes back to Fusion, that's going to be a almost shot from Alakos. Couldn't quite nail that one, but still. It'll be right back to the rebounded hands of Swift now. So Alakos does dive in, goes for that goal, maybe a slow roll into it and off the backboard. Very nice.
That was a really nice shot. That goalie was unchallenged there. He did not have anyone pressuring him, so that was an otherwise dangerous shot, but it was perfectly executed as it kind of rolls on the backboard and goes to that far side of the goal, kind of dinging on its way in. So it was a perfectly placed shot there from Alakos. That was highlight worthy.
Yeah, absolutely. So Dave Sand does take the disc again here at mid. Think they can make their own highlights, but yeah, Fusion, as I mentioned earlier, they've been providing highlights. They've been getting wins. You know, up to 3 now off of a successful week of last week. Right here, Galti going from deep will be retrieved by Swift, and he'll have a lot of time to lay that one from the back.
Yeah, good speed on the chains there from Fusion. Get that one in deep and then chase it down and get to it first. Quick enough that they were able to take their time to put that one in. Now they're up by 12 with just about 3 to go.
Yeah, so Fusion pulling away and looking to capitalize on this first round win. See what they can do here. As Kripik gets over in the left tunnel, just ducking through. Nice move. Dodging one defender. He still has another one to deal with. That shot a little off as the defense does retreat into goal, so it's well covered off. But now Dave Sand, the rebound, trying to get over to Kripik. Kripik with maybe a one-on-one, goes backboard and right back at him. So almost identical to that play we just saw a while ago on the other side for Fusion.
Yeah, I mean, that shot, very, very similar. Not quite as tight on the edge. But still the same off the backboard, kind of going to the further, going on the other side of the, kind of the halfway point in the goal. And yeah, I mean, well placed shot, kind of drew the goalie out a little bit which gave it enough room to get in off the backboard. Well done.
So a good duck through from Galti, but then mishandles a disc, retrieving it back as Swift, and I'm glad I had the comms on for that one. Enjoying it are the players here, as Swift misses a shot, but that's okay, Swift. We know you're a great striker. We've seen it. You're allowed to miss one or two here or there, but no more, or else. So Frogio takes it over here, left tunnel, or else. That's a threat. Just kidding. Don't fire me. Over here, though, taking it is Swift right back, but Hamster Bull, the one with the greatest of names, does get a steal and a clear. Now Bad Elmo trying to come right back at him, but back to Frogio. So Frogio looking again, trying to scan the floor. Does eventually find Swift. Swift will be cut off by the post there. No scream that time, but Bad Elmo will try and screen it off for the grab, but again, right back at him is Swift. So lots of close quarters play here and a lot of different grabs, just turning this over into a hot potato play a little bit as they now go for a shot, or a pass rather. Good one from Swift. Frogio anchors down for the 16th point.
Yeah, well earned too there. Just well executed passing all the way into the bubble. It's plays like that. I kind of wish we had the hockey style of assists where you would see the assist by the two players preceding the goal instead of just the one. Because that was just beautiful passing all the way into the bubble from the whole Fusion team there to get that too.
Oh yeah, I agree. I've been campaigning for that for a little while. Not kind of half jokingly. It's not like a super important thing, but I know especially someone, because when I do play, and when I did play, all the time, I was always prioritizing those passing. Sometimes they'd be hockey assists, sometimes directly. So I don't know. For my selfish stat purposes, I would love it.
Yeah, I don't feel overly passionate about it, but it's definitely the sort of thing I think would benefit. We would benefit.
Yeah, and always love to see the team play, so no matter who gets assists, when you get those chains of passes like this one, oh, what a save there. Ooh. It was Kripik, I think, getting that slap out. Few people in the goal, but nice way to end it despite the first round loss for Weebs. 16-4 going favor Fusion here.
Yeah, that was a fantastic save. Shooter was coming in on the spin, doing a little whirly-twirly. And as he was doing the whirly-twirly, he was also flinging the disc around. So that was it's kind of hard to stop those as you're tracking the arm with all those extra movements. And great stop there to end that period. But yeah, I mean, the story of the game is kind of Fusion. I actually already forgot the score. Was that 16-4?
Yes, 16-4. That is correct.
So yeah, and we can see that translated possession 330-3. Although that's great. From watching Weebs, despite that score differential, their possession time is pretty solid there with a full 2 seconds shy of 3 minutes. But yeah, we'll go over to those individual stats. Game high points. Oh my, that was loud. Game high points shared between Frogio and Galti, 5 apiece, 4 to Swift and 2 to Alakos, but Swift also with those 3 assists. So Swift doing a lot of work there on the offensive side of things. And then 2 points apiece to Bad Elmo and Kripik, and then 2 assists to Dave Stan. So Dave Stan kind of the playmaker over there and watching Weebs. So watch him as you see him carrying that disc into the bubble. Watch for that smooth pass in front of the crease there to try to sneak those shots by that goalie. Yeah, as we get started here for round 2.
4, 3, 2, 1. And we're underway.
All right, so Bad Elmo's going to get the grab on that on the joust, but then quickly taken by Fusion, but then turned over again, and Hamster Bill's going to be walking this one in with that goalie floating back to the goal. He sends one down to the bubble, which is going to be picked up by Alakos. He's going to send that one out, but right in the hands of Dave Stand. So Dave gonna look over his options here. Does get the challenge, but does also then get the pass up to Kripik. Kripik trying to come in.
Wow.
1-2 defenders. He slips by, then comes in one along with the goalie. And what a great first blood there from Kripik.
I love that just as much as the players did. I mean, I mentioned how I love passing plays a lot, but when you do throw in that occasional steez and make those highlight plays, man, just kind of sidestepping, showing and going with the disc and finding the goal. That was nice.
Yeah, definitely. That definitely felt good on the way in, and maybe watching Weebs could make something of that. But that Swift going to send that one in for the long 3. It's off the mark, and then Alakos getting the rebound and then dinging off the post there. So now it floats out to midfield here. Hamsterville getting to get the hand on it, throw it out all the way to mid. then taken by Dave Stan, who's going to dump it all the way to the Fusion bubble. And it is Watchin Weebs there first, but it will be Fusion with the hand on it. Galti is going to send it all the way back out.
And gets the clear on that one. Over onto the other side. A lot of time to collect the disc, and Weebs now getting back with some speed. I did notice yesterday as well, actually, as Galti gets it back, that's going to be a great save again from Dave, but right back. Oh, no!
What is happening?
Oh!
That was ridiculous. That was Dave Stan and who was that? Galti, kind of going back and forth with it there right in front of the goal. That one's still trickling around.
Oh, that's one of the, what do you call it, like, kind of Shackton moments almost. I say that in a loving way. That was kind of fun. Maybe not so much for Fusion, but yeah, a nice save, and unfortunately not the goal, but luckily they do get back, and they're going to get a clear and try and get back on the offense again here for another chance.
Yeah, so some race for it here. It is Alakos going to get there first, and Alakos, if he can get by the defender, he's looking at an open goal, and he does hit it from 17 meters out for the 3 here. Take Fusion up by 1.
What a nice grab there. It looked like Weebs had the chance there at retrieving the clear, but then out of nowhere, Superman Alakos, well, cost them 3 points over there for Weebs, because now they're up by 1 on Fusion and launching out here again for Weebs. Hamsterbill.
So, Kripik going to get stunned out there at mid by Alakos, and but right in the hands of Bad Elmo. Excuse me, it was Hamsterbill sending it to Bad Elmo. Bad Elmo looking for that pass on that far side wall there. Galti's going to get the steal on it. Does have a man coming in on him. And it does get stolen there by Hamsterbill. He's going to send that one up to Dave Stan. Dave Stan going to move in. All 4 players moving in, crashing the net. And then what a save there by the goalie. That was Frogio. And then Alakos able to send that one out to that left too.
So there's that defensive pair I was talking about. You had Frogio with a great save. Frogio cleaning up on the bottom of the floor there and getting the clear. So the dynamic defensive duo making that happen. And now for the offense, just a little astray, but maybe rebounded here. Alakos getting stunned. And Bad Elmo back for Weebs.
Yeah, that was an amazing stop there from Fusion. All 4 of the Watchin Weebs players were moving in on the goal there. That was a lot of pressure. And then Frogio missing that disc, so it's going to be a race for it now. It is going to be Bad Elmo there first, who tries to just go off the kind of a turnaround shot, but it's off the mark, and I'll take it by Swift, who's going to send that one back out towards mid on a clear attempt.
Yeah, had maybe a little time to line it up. Not much, granted, because there was a stat coming back. But that's simply one of those chemistry things, right, with the comms and having those come in a timely manner. That said, Swift again. So this time, a different player, one you don't maybe expect to get those saves, not because he's not capable, but just because he's usually on the front line playing offense. But you know what? There on the front line is Galti. So just the defense from Swift, the offense from Galti, and now Fusion collectively as a team finding some points again here in round 2.
Yeah, I mean, the Fusion's defense is really what's keeping them holding on to the lead here. As Watchin Weebs has had, I don't know how many really good looks on goal, but just not going in. And,
yeah.
Because, that Fusion defense has been so on point here.
And Fusion just kind of playing spoiler a little bit here on the debut week, because, you mentioned it exactly. By all accounts, I felt like it's a nice grab from Cryptic, but I felt like those shots were guaranteed, but then... between Frogio, Alakos, and Swift, they're all proving me wrong.
And I don't know how much noise is picked up there, as I did not have my mic muted, but Bad Elmo going to get a grab on that disc and send that one in for the 2. And so if you heard me yawn, I apologize for that, because I have a case of the yawns right now, and I'm trying to work it out.
Well, we didn't, but now that I know you did, I'm going to shame you for it. How dare you?
I can't stop doing it.
You know, I'm a little bit there myself because I woke up even earlier today for Questport. By the way, no NDAs.
Nice.
No NDAs are signed. We're apparently allowed to talk about it. But yes, I did actually get in one match. But there's a match happening right now, so I won't dwell on that one. But yeah, thumbs up is all I'm saying.
Dave Sand going to send that one up to Bad Elmo on that left tube area. Bad Elmo going to send that one all the way down into the Fusion bubble, but Frogio is there to get the hand on it, so he's going to send that one back out to Swift.
Was that a little wave that he threw when he caught that disc too, it looked like?
It might have been. I don't know. I was in the process of kind of doing some running in place here as I'm doing the play-by-play because I want to stop yawning.
Oh, fair enough. Galti just trying to find their offense here, up by just the 1 point. Now, deep shot, is that on? No, and even if it was, they actually had a defensive player there, Dave, hiding in the back line.
And Dave going to send that one out towards mid. And I see in a chat, BTS King saying PC VR Master Race. I might agree.
What a
as
shot
Balti
there.
Sends that one in deep. 27 meters out there for the 3. Beautiful shot there from Galti.
Galti master race. That was a master shot. Very, very accurate. And I always say, you know, those kind of reverse mail slots, basically, you know, from under the barrier. Those are tough to hit a lot of the time. So a fantastic job. As I forgot to activate the replay the first time, but there you go. Give you another look at it. And, yeah, just a fantastic play there.
And that one's going to be sent all the way into the Fusion Zone. Froggy going to get a hand on it, but he sends it right out to Hamsterbill. Hamsterbill up to
Oh,
stand.
no, again.
And Froggy with an amazing save there. The number of saves from Fusion in this game is out of this world. And not just saves, but clutch saves. As they get down here first, 3 players in there. And that one's going to be brought in by Galti for the 2. And now Fusion's going to be up by 6 with just under 3. With just under 3 to go, yeah.
Yeah, so now pulling away based off two plays in a row where they got some good defense. You know, got those kind of breakaway goals. Maybe it might. It sounded like it was coming from the right side, so
Yeah.
It was on the Fusion side. So yeah, the Galti Pupper making another cameo maybe.
Froggy now with the disc. Ooh, putting the brakes on. And checking, that's 3 players from Watchin Weebs there that were kind of caught up around him. This one going to be headbutt back into the Fusion Zone, then taken by somebody and dumped all the way back into the Watchin Weebs zone. But it is, Galti is there first. Oh, bouncing it off a nest there. And some noises coming out as well to go with it.
Players having a little laugh about it, but Galti getting 2 or 3 stuns in the process. So letting out some of that pent-up aggression off of the miss, perhaps, as Alikos does go for that pass up high, and Swift will anchor from the top to go bottom into the goal.
Yeah, it's classic setup there. Alikos up to Swift. Swift sitting behind the goal there. He's going to bring that one in for the easy 2. Fun fact, last night I tried the exact same pass to Zesper behind the goal, and I was well off the mark, and I felt embarrassed. Now I was watching Weebs comes out of the 2 here. This one's going to be taken by Hamsterville, set off to that left 2, but bouncing off station, going all the way deep into the Fusion Zone, but Froggy is going to get the hand on it.
And with 1:20 left, it will be Fusion looking in good position to maybe close this out 2-0 and complete yet another win over the last couple of weeks. Again, they've been looking really nice on the team play, and they're making their passes. They're hitting these. I always cast with cursor, I swear. I was about to say hitting these breakaway goals every time. It's uncanny. But yeah, so Fusion definitely, as this clock winds down, will look like they're going to get another win here. For Watchin Weebs, really nice second round. Their defense is better. They got some nice passing in there. Really, it's misleading as that shot's just off. It's misleading because of all those saves from Fusion. If it hadn't been for those multiple clutch saves, this could easily be, maybe a 2-point game or so, as Swift goes in for just 2 more points to kind of cap off this second round.
And there's some more of that passing from Fusion. Very confident in their passing. They're definitely picking that up through the course of the season. They're the kind of team that's getting better week to week, and the passing we're seeing in this game here kind of speaks to that with only 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, just going for good-looking opportunities there. There's some defense again, so Swift for one more. Just letting the player commentary speak for itself almost. I feel bad, but I'm going to replay that just because I can. Anyway, that will be 14-4 for Fusion in round 2.
It is Fusion's game here, taking that into. It will be, despite his screams, Galti is the game high points getter here with 12, the only player in the game to get double digits. Then followed up by Swift with 8, who also got 3 assists and a save and 2 steals. So Swift pulling up numbers in every single one of those categories.
Gotta pause because Swift just yelled in open comms at me for replaying that.
Well, you know what, Swift, if you're watching, that's your recompense for not setting this one to best of 3.
Hey, remember when I said don't miss that 3 again or else? That was or else.
Yeah, before we lose the stats here, you got 4 points to Kripic, 4 points to Bad Elmo. Dave Stan with 4 assists. That's not a couple, that's a few, as they say. Then saves, a bunch of saves there on Watchin Weebs, 2 to Bad Elmo, 2 to Hamster Bill, and 1 to Dave Stan. But also Frogio with 4 saves, picking him up on Fusion. And as we were talking about during the game, Fusion, their defense was really kind of the deciding factor in that round 2, at least the first 6 or 7 minutes of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it really, as I said, if it wasn't for, all those saves that they did get, it would have been a much closer game. And it's not uncommon for those players involved to be getting, Frogio, Alacost especially, and Swift had one in there that was nice. But it's not uncommon for them to be getting those kinds of goals at all, or those saves, I should say, head on. But at the same time, you just figure, those kind of shots, they were high percentage shots, so had they gone in, I mean, we could have been looking, instead of the 14-4, it could have been basically 14-10, 14-12, somewhere in that area. So definitely a good performance by Weebs.
It could have been a larger swing from it, not to interrupt you, but just to point out that a bunch of those Fusion goals came off of plays where they made a save on Watchin Weebs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a fair argument to make that maybe they wouldn't have been able to get up to that 14 had it not been for those amazing saves we saw from the players of Fusion.
Yeah. But also, then, credit to Fusion, too, because being able to not only get the defense, but importantly, getting the clears, getting the boosts, and into the goal for those breakaways before the defense can recover. That's one of the things, they're working hard at and doing well with. Again, that's been another kind of common theme I'm seeing as of late from Fusion. So they're really putting it together there, and they will, in fact, get their 4th win now. Meanwhile, for Weebs, winless in their debut week, unfortunately, but still some good showings, and just, as I always say, just a matter of time and chemistry, and I think they'll be good. But still, welcome to the league for Watchin Weebs, and hope to, cast more of your games again in the coming weeks for sure.
Just real quick to expand on that, some of the passing plays we saw them trying to pull off there were absolutely phenomenal. A handful of them didn't get through, but I mean, with more time, those passes are going to get tighter and better timed, and all that, and as well, we saw that one drive. I don't remember who it was, but he snuck by 2 players, kind of plowed through them, then took the goalie one-on-one. So yeah, Watchin Weebs, definitely a team to watch out for in the coming months.
Yeah. So, with that said, we do have one more match coming. Don't have an invite quite yet, but we'll be transitioning to the intermission, and we'll be back with our second and final match for this particular time block, with Vibers versus Phantoms. There's still one more European match to be played. Doesn't start, though, for about an hour and 15 minutes from right now. So that'll be Vertigo and Smash Dash a little bit later. But right here, as I do get my invite, and you can hear it on the stream. So we will be right back after this intermission, and stay tuned. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to the stream. I'm Palidore, SirDimwi by my side for one more match for this hour block. We have Phantoms facing off against Vibers, a match that we've seen somewhat recently, 1 or 2 weeks ago. And Phantoms taking it away. They are still remaining to be the only undefeated team in the league, at least with more than a game or two played for that matter. And just a dominant season for them, but Vibers last time around still gave them a match. It was, let's see, yeah, on March 19th, right? So, and I think,
Last week.
yeah, you casted that, didn't we? So maybe you can tell us a little bit about it and what you saw there.
Wish we had gone over this before that, because off the top of my head, I don't have anything for you, and I hear you giggling there. I don't know if you feel good about yourself putting me on the spot like that.
No, I don't. More so, I figured I was about to go into it a little bit, but then I figured, well, that's I don't want to take Dimwi's, you know, analytics spot here. He's usually the guy who does that pre-match, so I was just gonna shut up. But I was gonna say it was a close game. It was taken 2 rounds, yes, but it was 17 or 26 to 17 across the 2 rounds. So Vibers really did give them a lot of, you know, just contesting and made it tough. Like, it wasn't a cakewalk at all. And Vibers are a team, since they've added Finn, who've been, as that shot goes off, who have been really building up their own momentum here in the mid-season and starting to pile on some more wins for their team too.
But yeah, they're almost at that 500 mark. They're currently 7-8 on the season.
Oh, look at that!
Pushing up as Eris gets that one in. Eris probably, you know, feeling good, feeling fresh, feeling you know, emptied out of his worries as he comes into this game and puts that one in for that first blood 3.
Gosh,
Yep.
Anyway,
yeah.
it's a reference, chat. There was
He knows what I'm talking about.
right before we went unmuted with the comms, or with on the stream for you. There was some talk in the game. There was a certain player who was out of commission for a few minutes, I'll just say. Anyway, and we were getting a laugh out of that. Anyway, but yeah, so on that note, Dimwi, pass dumped off to Nillywick, and he gets a shot.
Yeah, man, solid shot there. It was an anchor shot from that left side post, and he brings that one in. 7 meters out, but 18 meters a second. And you know what? I think I'm going to make a feature request so we can actually get the first decimal there, because I'd love to see. I'd love to be able to, you know, to reference, you know, those top speeds.
Yeah,
bracket.
it'd be interesting.
Ooh.
But you know what? Top shot there from Nillywick from down below. That's 2 in a row for Nilly and 5 for Phantoms overall.
Yes, good shot from Nillywick, bringing it in 9 meters out. Good for the 3. And now Phantoms up by 2 here, but Vibers really showing that they can take on this Phantoms team as they did last Thursday. So really curious to see how they're going to roll out here as they do.
Yeah, and you can see the positioning at play there. Finn playing the back line, going for a bounce. Will hit the ceiling back to Sundance and goes for another clear that just will be intercepted by Finn.
So Finn going to send that one back in the Phantom zone, but right in the hands of the Sundance kid, who's going to send it all the way down into the Vibers bubble here. Not a race for it, and who overshot there was, I believe, was that Maddie, now taken by Nillywick, and Nillywick going to just try to make some space, goes across there, does get Torin. Torin now.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, that one was definitely headed into the goal. Maybe it was my angle. I'm kind of curious to see how your angle looked. It looked like we had the same angle there on it.
It was
but yeah,
close.
Maddie gets a grab on it and brings it in.
It was close. I think just, yeah, guaranteeing the goal. But look at that move. Kind of a push off of the defender. And it looks like it might have been a ding potentially there.
You know what?
So,
That was, yeah, that was a little bit wide.
So guaranteeing
Good
the
read
goal.
there from Maddie, yeah.
So Maddie does get the disc back and see if they can collect it first. This time, no overshoots from at least not Maddie. So Torin will, but based on the spacing, they still got that second rebounder involved, and were able to find now the 9th point.
Yeah, that was a perfect setup there. They got they forced a turnover, and excuse
Dimwi, but yes.
Sorry. Yeah, they forced that turnover, sending in deep, and then Maddie's there to tap it in. I think that was Maddie's send. So Maddie getting his own rebound and putting it in for the 2.
Yeah, and maybe that first player too just thinking it could have got in potentially. Either or, though, the good positioning from Phantoms. And wow, almost a behind the back fling.
Yeah.
That would have been easy as nothing else. But look at that. Looking easy on the save. Anything but he made it look like it. And a nice one by Aries to get it to BK.
BK gonna send that one in. Oh, but it bounces off that station block and some stuns go out. But the chain there, it is going to be taken by Emil, but Emil gets stunned out by Sundance. And Sundance sends that one back in the Viber zone. But more scrumming here at mid as BK gets the hand on it. Going to lightly send that one up, but right in the hands of Sundance. Sundance going to send that one in. Now it's going to be taken by Eris, and Eris ducking the one player, ducking two more, and sending it deep now into the Phantom zone all the way down to the bubble. Phantoms are going to get there first, but they overshoot it. It will be BK with the hands. But the stun, and now a turnover, and it's going to be turned around here by Phantoms.
So now they need to kind of redirect off that short-range stack to get the disc back, which something Phantoms are good with doing. Their boosts are pretty unparalleled at this point, especially since the hiatus, I guess, taken by Team Gravity. We had that Simon Lewis stack, which was arguably, maybe unarguably, the fastest, but now just Phantoms really proclaiming that top spot here as both on the passing side and the speed side of things.
And they're doing a really good job of controlling this one here. Viber's also doing a generally good job of disrupting those passing lanes again right there. But Maddie is able to get the rebound on that one. But otherwise, yeah, Viber's really disrupting Phantoms. The Phantoms doing just a really good job of kind of recovering those disruptions. Recovering from them and staying in control of the disc, never really losing control for more than a single tap from Vibers.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like on that last play, going to the backboard play, which Phantoms do like to take at every opportunity for good reason. But Finn playing that goal, dived out and cut off a pass very nicely with a punch. But like you said, that rebound just into the waiting hands, of another Phantoms player for the goal, and it kind of hurts because you feel like, oh, I played good defense, but then. That happens, and they score off of it, and Phantoms are very good with that.
And it's something you see from top-tier teams. I mean, from somebody who's played a few top-tier teams at this point in the season. That's
man.
That one, I think, did that go off a head there on the way off of Finn?
Might have even gone off a couple. It took, I don't know, I'll have the replay up there, but yeah, it took some bounces. So it looks like, I think it went off two heads because wasn't that Finn in the goal, so it might have gone off two different heads there.
Yeah.
But either or, will be a goal for Phantoms.
Wild goal there for Phantoms. But just to finish a point, it's just those top teams, they have a way of, like, even when they lose control for a moment, they get control right back. It's something that really sets them apart from the rest.
And one of the things about that too is that as a boost goes here, but I think. If you're watching and maybe you're newer to the game or you're a newer team, don't have that comp experience, you might think that's by mistake sometimes, but honestly, it's not. I mean, there's a little bit of luck involved here and there, but an awful lot of it is just purely great positioning and what? Oh, a great save on position for that one, Nilly Wick. So quick. I thought that was another guaranteed goal. That was a beautiful shot, but what a save.
And there is such a thing as like lucky bounces. Sometimes the luck goes your way and sometimes it doesn't. But the consistency with which that luck, quote unquote, goes your way, is definitely something you can impact. And yeah, it's not by chance. They do that. It's the setup. It's just looking at the game from a certain meta perspective and seeing how each action, the consequence of each action and how you can. How you can play those odds, basically.
Yeah, no, exactly. And doing so just by, I mentioned it a lot on the stream, especially lately, mostly because we do have so many new players and so many new teams these last few weeks. And new subs, like all across the board, a lot of new everything. So, I'm trying to make it a point just to point those things out. And the positioning really just buys a lot of these experienced teams so many opportunities. You'll see how they space the floor. Left, right, center, top, and bottom. They don't cluster up too often, and when they do, it's not for very long. They're always looking for their angles, and it helps you, positioning out like that and having that spacing. Not only gets you a lot of extra pass opportunities, but a lot of rebound opportunities. Trying to go for a rebound here, maybe off the top. So Aries, look at that save again. So back and forth, another grab. BK this time, fading back, trying to find a player, and taken by Torn. That was a good idea on the pass, but just a better cutoff.
Yeah, that was hard. He was kind of caught out in space. He couldn't really move anywhere yet. And ooh, Milliwick getting the hand on that one first and putting that one in for the 2 to kind of put an exclamation point on this one. As now Phantom's up by 13 with just a minute to go. But yeah, no, BK kind of he was caught out in space. I had a defensive player right next to him, so he knew he had to get rid of that. He couldn't take any time to try to get better positioning, but his pass options were so limited. He did the only thing that he thought he might be able to do.
Yeah, and it was, by all accounts, it wasn't a bad idea, but just good positioning. I talked about it a lot, right? Good positioning from Sundance. He was playing the lanes, and that's what these top-tier teams do. Oh, look at the spin move from BK, getting some style in before finding that goal. It's 16-5. Win is not going to be possible here, but at least ending it with a bit of a flash and flare.
Yeah, I'm eagerly waiting for the replay on the stream here because I want to see the way he moved. I really want to see this again. Yeah, just to whip around. I mean, it looks so exaggerated, but really, I mean, it's as simple as it looks. Just a quick whip around. It was well executed, perfectly timed by BK there to bring that one in for the 2.
Yeah, BK the Matador is what that was. But 16-5 is where this match, or this first round of this match, shall end in favor of Phantoms. Vibers putting up 5 points here, and we'll see what they can do in the second round, but Phantoms coming out pretty strong.
Yeah, and kind of, just because it's Phantoms, part of me wants to say kind of what you would expect, but at the same time, I mean, we've seen Vibers pull up really close games against Phantoms, and we've seen some really great looks from Vibers. Excuse my phone. Sorry about that. But we look at possession time. I mean, 4 minutes to Phantoms versus 2.5 minutes to Vibers. That's 62% to 38%. That is absolutely massive. But usually that would amount to many, many more shots taken. And while it is double the shots taken, 10 to Phantoms, 5 to Vibers, it's actually not a horrible split considering how big that possession time difference is. But then over to there's player stats. You got Nilly with the game high points of 8 with an assist and a save. Maddie with 6 points and a save. Torin there with 2 assists and a save. So a whole bunch of players there on Phantoms contributing to the goal play. Sundance with an assist. And then 3 points to Eris, 2 points to BK. The only points Vibers were able to get in, but that goal, that 2 points there from BK was with the stamp, the exclamation point at the end of that round 1 there. So maybe Vibers going to be able to pick up on that and turn the momentum around here, start it in game 2 as they do win that joust.
Win the joust, and there's the kind of delayed secondary stack from Vibers, able to get the disc, so resulting in a one-on-one, but what a nice stuff from Nillywick directly in front of the goal. So the great goalie play for Europe just continues on even in this match after that last one. That one just off, taken back here by Emil for Vibers, and then back getting it to Finn before the clear.
Yeah, just some more ping-pong a little bit here. But the deep shot there, but it's right into the hands of Eris, who's going to start moving this one out. And Vibers stopping that potential attack of Phantoms. Phantoms maybe going to get there first. It is in the hands of Torin. And they're possibly going to get another opportunity here on offense.
Yeah, well, it's like I said, so many of these goals today, I think, well, that's a very high percentage shot. It's so close to the goal. That's guaranteed. And then suddenly, a goalie just absolutely shuts me up with an impressive play, and it's been happening over and over again. But those are one of the things I can't complain about. You love to see it.
Yeah, you do love to see it. And now Phantom's doing some really solid, very patient passing here in the offensive zone, trying to draw the defenders out. They finally do. BK comes out the challenge, and it does force the errant pass there. Emil gets hand on it, but the dump not quite out. But Emil getting a second chance. They're going to slap it all the way down. Still in mid, but now on the Phantom side of mid. But Phantoms is going to get there first, and we're going to send this in. Maybe Phantoms, no, another turnover. Emil getting a hand on it. He's going to send it deep into the Phantom zone, into their bubble there, where it's going to be picked up by BK. BK coming in 1 versus 2. Does dodge one man and pass across there to Finn. Bringing it in for the 2. And that is first blood here, almost 2 minutes into round 2.
So a bit of a delayed first blood considering how high scoring it was last time around, especially for Phantoms, but glad to get that goal in, especially because it is the first one. So Vibers see what this gets them. Now, also quick hello to the Twitch chat, just because I haven't said it in a little while, but I see Pyro Main in there, Ninja Knight, Swift, Froggy, and Bad Elmo as well. We just saw them play moments ago before this match had started. So hello to you guys. As Torin goes for just an open score, and there's the 1-point advantage now for Phantoms. But also I want to shout out too, because I did yesterday, and I'll continue to do so. Swift made him a nice tutorial video for new users on kind of shooting, boosting, a lot of the basics. So I was noting earlier how I'm trying to point out some of these things for the newer players that we have involved in the league now. And, well, Swift has made a great video over on YouTube, so just look it up. Look up Swift with 2 eyes and find that video there. You can also see its title in the score ticker between rounds.
And Finn misplaying that one a little bit, but does get the recovery, sends it up to Emil, but then Emil sending that one, looking for that cut pass into Bubble, but I believe that was Sundance. Going to get that one out, and then it is Nillywick able to get down there, get the hand on it first, and put it in for the 2. And now Phantom's up by 3 here, very quickly in response to that initial goal by Vibers.
Yeah. So now after a couple minutes there where we didn't have some scores, getting a few more on there, and Phantom's pulling ahead. VTS King in the chat, are you? Is that like an assist to me to allow me to plug, saying, can anyone play in VRML? Why, yes, minus mods and admins, but otherwise, absolutely. Free for everyone to play. And, yes, even you, VTS, as we go in for a pass there, but being cut off by Maddie. As much as I love plugging the league and such, I'll have to do that when the action isn't as frantic as it is at the moment, because there's Emil with a bounce shot, but taken right out again by Torin.
And just in case anyone isn't aware, VTS King is a very storied member of Ignite over in North America. Just throwing out the questions there in case anybody in chat isn't aware that, yes, anybody, of course, anybody who plays the game can play in VRML, is just going to find a team or participate as a substitute, as Maddie brings that one in for the 2, extending that lead to 5.
Yeah, for sure. VTS, very long time player since the good old days. It's still the good old days now, but even the gooder, older days from the beginning. I've been involved in comp pretty much the entire time. So, yes, appreciate, though, the kind of assist you're sending my way. Always a great teammate, BTS is, no matter on what team he's on. Although it's been pretty much Ignite the whole time, just about. Shout out Knuckle Puck, though. Anyways, over here, though, good-looking dish and a Sundance over from the backboard. I told you kind of how Phantoms, they love to prioritize those kind of close-up goals right near that backboard when they can. And, Sundance is usually actually the one doing the passing more often than not. But he'll be glad to get a goal there just the same by Nillywick's assist.
That was a great windup from Sundance as he brought that in. He starts it high to draw the goalie out high and then swings it very quickly down low, tossing it into the bottom of the goal there. It's a beautiful goal there from Sundance as Nillywick takes that feed from Torin, who was about right about half court. And Nillywick put it in for the 2. And now Phantom's up by 9 here, round 2, just a little over halfway through.
Yeah, starting to roll, especially, in this round, how many breakaway goals is that now where the turnover just results in these clears? They get the boost, and they're there with a lot of time to kind of line up those shots and get back at it. So the defense playing dividends for Phantoms.
Fun fact, the original originator of the Knuckle Puck is now the longest running cast member on SNL in SNL history. It's Keenan Thompson.
Wait, Knuckle Puck is a thing outside of Echo Arena? Anyway,
yeah,
the shot will go off the
oh goodness
backboard and back into the hands off the miss. Trying to get the rebound. BK backboard pass will actually go. Very fortunately, I believe that was either BK or Emil, but Maddie got kind of the partial save on it, so he'll get credit and steal it away.
So I presume, especially since you're out west, you've heard of the Anaheim Ducks.
I know what Mighty Ducks are. I don't.
Okay.
I think the last time I saw that, I must have been like 5 or something. I don't remember.
It's a classic. It is a classic. Everybody should watch those movies. Maybe we'll have to do a watch party at some point.
Yeah, why not? That's
a big league-wide watch party. That might be fun.
I don't know. Sometimes when we get those league-wide watch parties, it gets a little bit nuts. Shout out to Flair versus Kang last week. Jeez. never mind, because you're not in that. You don't even know what I'm referencing, Dimwi, but it was nuts.
I have no idea.
Anyway, we got to get you into that server, the Scrim Organizer server, because it gets there's watch parties that happen there, and it was. Let me just say that there are a lot of big fans of game from Flair on that server.
There's a hi Tony in chat pulling that one out right before you said it with
Oh,
I heard
gosh.
game.
Exactly. Yep. Game fan club. There were about 30 people named Game in the voice chat that day. Over here, Torin making a play though. There's that backboarded pass, finding the efficient goals for Phantoms again, 13-4.
And this one, I definitely want to watch the replay because it looked like that play. Torin was covered there. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this one back. Starts a little early. Yeah, definitely. Well, oh, okay. There was the goalie. Someone was in goal, came out to challenge, leaving another player in goal. So yeah, Torin definitely challenged. Still able to put that one in from that backboard. And then Nillywick gonna send this one in deep and just wide, but gonna be recovered by Torin, who gets stunned out there. I didn't quite catch who that was. I got the stun.
I believe that was Aries. Aries, possibly Mia, but either way, you saw Sundance going for that pump fake, wisely because it was kind of a tough angle. The defender was right in the line of vision, so went for the sort of fake, but then got stunned, so it was even better defense. A nice duck through, but grab from Maddie will deny the duck. Speaking of Mighty Ducks, that one, well, I guess wasn't one of them because it was turned over, but back into the hands here of, well, no one because he overshoots.
Still waiting for some team to even just as a meme to pull out the Flying V. I've been trying to get Nova on it. They're definitely not fans of it, so somebody's got to get on it. Somebody needs to pull out a Flying V. They got to start from Nest. They got to open comms of Flying V and then pull it out. I want to see.
Oh, look at that move from Nillywick though. He was flying by on that shot. I don't know what a Flying V is either. I don't get your references. It sounds offensive though.
Brother, you're telling me you've seen Mighty Ducks, and I'm really starting to doubt it. I don't care how young you were. That movie was so good. It should be seared in your memory. I am so... Palidore, we need to culture you.
I really don't remember anything about it, but then again, I am my own culture in a way. That makes no sense. But looking for that three-point play, Sundance, 18-4, so now surpassing the scoring output of the first round by 2 at least here, and 18-4, round 2 about to be taken, and series about to be taken by Phantoms.
Yeah, it was a great shot there from Sundance from 21 meters out. And but just on a final point here, if when you were a child, if you did not watch the Mighty Ducks movies at least a half dozen to a dozen times, you were wrong. Simple as that.
Just wrong, huh?
Just wrong.
Oh,
wrong.
Everyone's gone, so.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, well, alas. We will remember the stats in our hearts or something. I don't know. Can always read the team stats, I guess. Or
Oh, we do have that. I mean, Phantom's pulling up a really dominant 742 over 519 survivors, but still against a team like Phantoms, 519 not bad. Because Phantoms are, I mean, they're still they remain undefeated now. Currently 15-0. I think the only undefeated team in the world at the moment. So maybe somebody can convince them to do a cross-region challenge or something at some point to maybe challenge that undefeated record there.
Kang versus Phantoms win?
Or hopefully soon.
Heck, maybe Flair.
Joker, Flair, Kang.
If nothing else, we need Flair in there just to see Grumpy play on a European server. I want it to happen.
You mean just to hear Grumpy play on a European server?
Yeah. Open comms on that will be left unmuted for the streams. It'll be perfect. Then we'll be canceled, but it'll be perfect.
I was gonna say you might have to mute the comms on that one.
But in seriousness, not trying to throw shade, just kind of playing around. But because Flair has been up until recently, and I'll expand on that in a second. But Flair has been the upset kings until recently, and I say that because they're not upsetting anymore. They're established themselves as the top
winning.
team. Yeah. So it's not really.
How many upsets can you get before you stop calling them upsets?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I mean by that, and they've been a stellar team. Again, we talked about that guy game that the chats and the Scrim organizer server watch parties love so much. Been lighting it up, and yeah, so it would be interesting. I understand why teams don't want to do it too much. I think we saw one cross-region challenge, maybe two, but at least one last season. Was Inverted versus Quackheads, I'm fairly sure. towards the end of the preseason. But otherwise, you know, I can understand, but it would still be... I just wish ping wasn't a thing, because some of these matchups will be so interesting to watch between the two regions.
Well, hashtag wormhole technology.
One day, maybe.
Yesterday, we just haven't heard about it yet.
Love you, Dimwi. You and your references are out of control. Anyway, well, let's see. We have one more matchup in 44 minutes from right now. That'll be Vertigo versus Smash Dash. In fact, I'll pull up the schedule because we still have a ton of matches later on in the day. What will be casted out of those yet? I'm not quite sure, except for I know Dimwi is going to be on NA Plus Ultra and Wireless Jacks towards the end there. I'll definitely be on there for a handful of them. And yeah, so if you are one of these many teams playing tonight, just keep an eye out, I suppose, later on in the afternoon. And we'll kind of figure out what's getting casted, because there are a few overlaps. In fact, more than a few overlaps happening. So, yes. But, there you have it. Vertigo and Smash Dash coming up in another 44 minutes. You have later on at 7:30 Central Time, Space Force and Deception. We have Mirage, another one of the new teams debuting. Tony's team, in fact, over there in Twitch chat. Hi, Tony. With a match against Chaos. That'll be an interesting one. We have Nebula and 6 Foot Over. Invictus versus Reboots. Milk versus Infinite. There is no team versus Legends. And finally, NA Plus Ultra and Wireless Jacks. Those last 3 matches of the night actually all at the same time, too. 9 Central. So, yeah. Busy schedule. We'll try our best. But, yeah.
We will.
There is no try. There is no team. There is a team. We're a team, Dimwi. Thanks for joining me today, and for everyone in Twitch chat just the same. We'll be back in a little bit with your final European match of the afternoon/evening. But until then, I've been Palidore. That's been SirDimwi. This has been VRML. Pyromane says there is no cake. I beg to differ. It is not a lie, but I'm not lying when I say I want you to have a good day, and we'll see you again really soon.